Hi, my name is Justin Horner. I am a freelance writer and web developer for Freelance Switch. Today I'm going to talk about how to get your next job off of LinkedIn. So the first thing you got to do is spend some time. If you log into your LinkedIn account, go to the view profile page and get a look at what your profile actually looks like. And I mean, this is the first thing that people are going to see when they look for you. And it's also a critical piece for them to help search for you if they're actually trying to find people that do your type of work, whether it's copywriting or freelance web design or anything like that. So one of the first things that I do, or I did, is I went in and I made sure all of my job and work and description were all up to spec. And a great way that you can make sure your profile has everything that it needs is if you scroll down on the right side, most profiles now have the profile strength meter. And of course, right now I'm an all-star because I've got everything filled out that they've asked for, from school to descriptions and all that kind of good stuff. So once you get your profile cleaned up, then you're ready to start building contacts. Now, one of the worst things you can do is start building contacts when you only are actually reaching out professionally if you only have 5, 10, or 15 contacts. Now, I've got that 500 plus mark, and that's a great goal to reach towards, but it took a while to build to that point. So if you only have 5 or 6 connections, let me give you a couple of tips on how to build that pretty fast. First of all, in the upper right hand corner, you have an Add Connections option. So if you click on that, I highly recommend that you go through and use your various email accounts to find some of those initial contacts and build up 30, 40, 50 of your connections right away. That just gives you a lot more professional look. I mean, if you've just got those 5 or 6, it just does not look like you know what you're doing yet. The other thing that you can do is go to your own social media pages and send people a link from your LinkedIn account and tell them that and ask them to connect with you. It's a great way to find another 10, 15, 20 or more connections that way. Also, just if you're just getting started, don't feel shy about asking some close friends and family that may not be in your industry. So, but all that has to do with getting your profile ready to start finding content. The next thing that you can do is start using the people you may know, and that is also on your profile main page. You can also find that on your home page. This people you may know, it's a very powerful tool. If you just do like a people search and you try to find somebody that's within a specific company or industry, LinkedIn's going to ask that you know them somehow. With this people you may know feature, if you click the see more, these are people that you don't have to have any excuse to get a hold of them. You just click the connect button. Connect, connect, connect. It's a very fast way to very quickly build up your connections. Great way to start having conversations and introducing yourself to people kind of indirectly is through the endorsement feature that LinkedIn just introduced. And for example here, this guy endorsed me, and so when I go to his page, you get an opportunity to endorse him for these skills. So I happen to know this fella, and I happen to know what he's pretty good at, and so I'm going to endorse him on those areas. Now you immediately get prompted for more people, and I strongly encourage you just sit there and endorse people. If it's something that you have no idea what they're good at, don't endorse them. When you have a smaller list of connections, you typically know what people are good at. Another powerful tool that LinkedIn offers are groups. When you go to the groups page, there are literally hundreds of thousands of them. In fact, I've got over 1.5 million results. So definitely you're going to want to focus on exactly the kind of groups that you want to get involved in. If you're a technical writer within a particular industry, do keyword searches. Often you'll find that there are plenty of groups that you can start getting involved with. And when you do join a group, spend some time, read a few of the articles, make legitimate comments, and even submit some of your own articles. And then another opportunity that you can take advantage of before you really get into the lead generation piece of LinkedIn is just to look at what kind of jobs are available. Now, LinkedIn is going to try to find jobs for you based upon your profile. So there again, it's really important that you have already spent some time to clean up your profile and make sure all the right keywords are in there and that your industries are selected and things like that. So with that in mind, then you can actually sit down, and often you can find project-based jobs just in the LinkedIn job search. So now that you have cleaned up profile, you've got a couple of connections, you've joined some groups, and you've endorsed some people, now you can actually get out there and start looking for clients for part-time or short project-based work. Now, one of the best ways that I've found to start finding those short-term, smaller projects, or even some of those great long-term clients, is to start actually doing some people searches. Now, just because it says people doesn't mean that you actually have to search by a person's name. You can just put a keyword in here. And this is where you need to take some time to think through what job title would be looking for the kind of work that I'm doing. So let's say I'm looking for just some basic copywriting work where I could help them with some website copy or something like that. Well, that's going to be a senior level marketer or a channel manager or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do marketing manager. And what LinkedIn comes up with is, first and foremost, people with a title or some kind of keyword in their name or their profile that has those terms in it. And it also ranks them first by people that are connected, that are first level connections. You can either message them directly or actually just go to their page and endorse them. And that's a great way to actually make that point of contact where they are now aware of you. They're going to get a message in their on their phone or their email that says, hey, somebody just endorsed you. It's a great way to get them to look at your profile. And often when I get an endorsement, I'll take a few seconds and say, hey, thanks for reaching out, or thanks for the endorsement. Now you have a conversation that's going on. And if she endorses you back, you can do the same exact thing, where you reach out and say, thanks so much for the endorsement back. By the way, I'm doing a bunch of copywriting projects, and you can get a conversation going that way. Now, this is just a semi-aggressive way to start trying to find clients. You can get far more aggressive and actually reach out to people. Often they'll have their email address listed as well as phone numbers. If you want to, you can actually just reach right out to these folks through the LinkedIn profiles once you're connected to them. So that's one of the ways that I consistently am able to get work through LinkedIn. Often I'll get small project work that ends up becoming fairly regular project work, and then I get to occasionally close a very large customer that way. So get your profile cleaned up, get some connections made, start endorsing some folks, and then do some searches and see what you can come up with and reach out to people that way. Good luck, and let me know what you think.